And those are James's Lentil Tacos. And 3 types of tomatoes. There's the Stupice, these ones here, and look how pretty they are. They have this star on top sometimes. That's often tomatoes do, but they're tangerine color. And then there's the Silvery Fir Tree. I'm going to talk about Mystery Woman, Sing Me a Murder, and Mystery Weekend while I weigh those tomatoes and this big bucket full of tomatoes that I harvested from James's place. So, and James is going to tell me how he rates these tomatoes, because honestly, the Silvery Fir Tree and the Stupice, they have not been very productive, and they're starting to be more productive, but that's way too late. So the other ones, like these, were productive early, and they just keep going,
yeah.
Right? And by weight, I would say the Roma tomatoes are the most productive. Like, they don't produce that many fruit, but one Roma tomato weighs quite a lot compared to these, right? So, but yeah, these orange lip smack and grape tomatoes have been amazingly productive. So much better than I thought they would be. So I was kind of hoping he'd try one of each of the tomatoes before he launched in the tacos, but he's hungry. Because I put crazy monkey salsa on the tacos. So I thought maybe he'd burn his taste buds off with the crazy monkey salsa and then not get a proper taste of the tomatoes. And these cherry tomatoes that are like a tangerine color are just so beautiful. They're, I don't know that, I'll have to grow them another year to see. Because what happened is I have one in the backyard of James's place, like in the Victory Garden, but it's in the wood chips, and that's not a very productive spot. And then I have the other one of those up in his peat bell row, which is a good spot. But remember, that's where I put all the runs. So it wasn't a big tomato to plant to start with. So how can I really say that it's not a very productive variety?
Yeah. It's just the things that were slow developing from when you had them planted indoors. We don't know if they're naturally runts or not in some cases, I suppose. So here goes. Now these tangerine ones, what are they called again?
I don't know. I just have two. They were some from my 2017 peat bell row. That's when I grew those in my.
That's pretty amazing. You're keeping track, at least.
Yeah.
Maybe not of the names, but of the types. That's the important thing. From 7 years ago.
You know, I could look it up because I keep a map. I write down where I put things in a garden map, unless I don't know, like if somehow the name gets erased from the.
And it happens with the markers that you use.
Yeah.
And
so
you're putting water on.
Yeah. Like they're waterproof markers, but like permanent markers, but they don't stay permanent. Given in the sun and in like getting watered all the time.
We've worn waterproof clothing.
Yeah.
No, waterproof. You work 8 hours a day, and you're going to get chilled to the bone. And it's like smokeless gunpowder. You know, like back in '63 when Kennedy was assassinated, the Warren Commission was saying, smokeless gunpowder, the witnesses wouldn't have seen any smoke. They were making things. No, they saw smoke. Smokeless gunpowder is just I say. Whatever.
Interesting.
So what type is this now?
Stupice.
Stupice. I love that name.
Yeah. I guess they probably called it that. James is saying it means stupid or something like that. And he's like, why would anyone even name a tomato plant stupid? But it has potato leaves. And so it's kind of, you know, it's interesting. We were looking at, like, we were growing the, what are they called again? The golden pearls? Solanum. We're growing solanum this year for the first time. And I was looking at the leaves when they came up, and I'd forgotten what was where, right? I'd given up on some things anyway. And so I thought, oh, well, I must have planted some goldenberry. They must have come up.
Looks a bit like them.
Because the leaves look similar, right? but it's not, the fruit doesn't taste like and doesn't look like goldenberry. Goldenberry tastes a lot better and looks more interesting. It looks like a tomatillo, but with orange fruit, which is much more attractive, right, than a tomatillo being green. But so anyway, you can see how these things, growing the solanum, the fruit is more like, it's like a tiny tomato. It's not really good. It's not even a great tomato.
It's too small
flavor.
to be attractive, like a
Yeah.
cherry tomato or whatever they call it. Yeah.
So,
okay.
but anyway, so you can see how the tomatillo is related to the goldenberry and the solanum, because the solanum looks similar to, you know, and then with the Stupice tomato, you can see how the potato is related to the tomato, because the Stupice tomato has potato leaves. Crazy. But sadly, it does not have a lot of fruit. So I'm thinking, well, is it really worth growing? It's interesting. You know, just like the solanum, it's interesting to grow these things and see that, you know, when you actually grow them and you get to know them, right? And so then you can actually see, oh yes, these things are related. It's obvious that these things are related. You know, when you have a tomato beside a potato, like just a regular tomato like this guy here or whatever, then you don't really see the connection. You know, you can't see, oh, these are related. But when you have a Stupice tomato next to a potato, well, you certainly could. Do you know what I mean?
So I just want to point out that Stupice ends with US, does it? Or OS?
I-C-S? Stupice?
Maybe IS.
I-C-S? I-C-E? Sorry, I still have a headache.
Oh, Stupice. What
It's
a weird
That's
thing.
what
Anyway,
he said
the
when
root,
I said that. Anyway.
S-T-U-P in Latin, means something like stupid. So stupefaction means being made kind of stupid by... I'm stupefied. You run across that, right?
Okay.
It's not really stupid, but it's just like I was stunned. It's more like stunned. Of course, we use stunned.
And that does make sense.
Yeah.
Like I was stunned when I saw the Stupice tomato.
Right.
You know, here's this potato leaf in it. I didn't plant any potatoes. You know, I know that it's a Stupice tomato coming. So.
Now, what type is this rather large tomato?
Silvery Fir Tree.
Silvery Fir Tree. They look really nice, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the plants look really nice. They're a lovely plant. But the thing is, they're just starting to put on their fruit now. The fruit, well, not put it on. It's just starting to come to fruition. It's ripening.
Wow, it's very good.
Oh, you like that?
Segue, fruition.
Yeah.
What you used to. Coming to fruition. Anyway, I think it's because it's larger. When you get something like that, you just get the full taste in your mouth. I didn't eat half. It was half, yeah. So that one tastes the best, right?
Oh, I like this one the most, the orange one.
I think it's just smaller. Like you get a full mouthful of taste from this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, we're saving the seeds and we can grow them again and whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they are an interesting looking plant, having the finer leaves like that. So, and I guess Stupice is interesting too, but it's not a lot of fruit. I don't know that it's worth it, but they're not a huge plant. They don't grow that big, so I could always put them in your peat bale row.
Yeah.
Just for, you know, so that people can walk by and go, I thought that looked like a potato leaf.
The smaller plants there have done an effective job. You've made it decorative, so we've only received positive, in many cases very positive comments. Some chimp in the neighborhood complained to the city, but the city quashed that.
So yeah, next year I'll grow smaller varieties in the peat bale row, so it won't be all over the place. It was just I just put the runts there this year, and the runts grew, so they did not remain small for long. Anyway, mystery woman, sing me a murder. Put this one on top. This mystery weekend. This one was just too stupid. They're both Hallmark things.
Oh,
And
they are movies though, right?
Yeah. I did like the title, Mystery Woman, the name of the series of movies, because with Hallmark, you'll either be expecting to see this on the Hallmark Channel, or you'll collect it from your local public library. And if you're collecting something off the shelves, which I did with these, I went to Mystery. I literally did that, and got this and another one that I'm watching inside right now. And so that's a great thing to do if you're making a show that you want people to go, okay, well, I like mysteries, maybe I'll like this. You know, they're getting it off the library shelf. It says mystery right there. You know, they're not familiar with this show or anything like that, this production. So it's something that Hallmark tends to get right that way, which, you know, I'm not a Hallmark movie fan. I don't hate their stuff. It's often good stuff to fall asleep to, or good stuff to seed tomatoes to, or whatever. It's just your I don't know. It seems
I don't think
pretty
I'd enjoy
general.
it that much,
No.
aside from soporific.
Exactly.
Because I don't think it'd be campy enough for me to enjoy.
No, and the mysteries, well, they're pretty easy to solve too. They're not really too mysterious, but
I suppose they're not nearly as gruesome as CSI Miami.
now I
It's
think
supposed to be family viewing. How does Hallmark work?
I don't know.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, the lead actress in there, I've seen her before, but
Kind of looks like Stevie Nicks a bit, but
it says she was from ER, so I guess that's probably where I've seen her.
emergency room. Okay.
But anyway, she's not a great actress, and I don't think she was really cast well in this. That's all. So I would have liked to see somebody with a little more humor. Somebody a little, yeah. She was a little bit too serious, I think, because for Hallmark stuff, I think they should always get people that aren't too serious.
Hard to take it serious.
It's hard to take Hallmark seriously. So why not just play on that? Problem with Mystery Woman, the main problem was it's a story about some girls who decide to kill one of the girls' mother when they're teenagers, and then later on there's some blackmailing and stuff going on. And
is there an inheritance involved?
no, so it's kind of ridiculous. And
you didn't even say spoiler alert because it's so obvious, right?
I didn't. It's really bad. So anyway, but having said that, I enjoyed watching these both because it's just something to have on in the background, and it's not really awful or anything. It's just and I like it for that. So
TV is meant to be long.
I added apple juice to your smoothie as